Get a slow-mo Joker clap for that one.
All right. It is...
Everything good in here?
I think we're okay, yeah.
Are you live?
We should be live now.
We're live.
This is the creepiest door. Wow. It's like a studio. All right. Hi, everyone, and welcome. This is Awesome Hardware. It's a live show about technology. We drink some beers, we talk about technology, and we have a good time, and we stream it live every Tuesday evening at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, or sometimes at 5:48 p.m. Pacific time if it's a little late like we are today. We're keeping expectations low today, though, so that's kind of the theme of today's show. But yeah, we stream live to twitch.tv/awesomehardware, as well as to my channel or to Kyle's channel on YouTube. We do that at the same time, Twitch and YouTube. It's amazing. I'm drawing this out. Anyway, we'll be streaming on my channel for about an hour, switching over to Kyle's channel in about an hour after that. We have lots of fun stuff to talk about today, and we're drinking beer. So this is my beer. It's a Bell's. I wanted to show this beer because it's a beer we were drinking last week, and I forgot to say what it was. It's Bell's Amber Ale.
I like that one.
From Michigan, from Comstock, Michigan.
Quite tasty.
So yeah. Cheers.
I'm drinking a fine beer from the lands of Japan. It's known as...
I'm going to be switching to that soon, too.
Asahi.
Asahi.
Asahi is a very rare and obscure beer. Not even the hipsters know about this one.
Super rare.
I brought the second one for you.
Yes, I'm gonna open that in just a second.
Okay.
But first,
perfect.
Cheers.
Cheers! Thanks guys for joining us.
Woo.
Ah.
Delicious.
Tasty.
Okay. Apologies for being late. We're blaming Kyle for that.
Yep.
Won't go into details.
Yeah, sure.
It was messy though. It was messy. There was
stuff on the walls.
It was goo everywhere.
We got stuck.
But a few announcements to start off the show. As usual, we are selling stuff on our stores, so check them out. PaulsHardware.net is my store. We're having a t-shirt design contest. Links to that at the top if you want to enter. $300 if we use your full design, $100 if we use your idea.
300.
We have a new Awesome Hardware Sword Fight shirt. That is right here, front and center at the top of my store. As well as stainless steel bottle openers. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Look at that.
It's just like my NVIDIA
it's
GeForce one.
To your NVIDIA GeForce one, but it's way better because it's got my logo on it.
Yeah.
Thumb screw.
Pretty sexy.
Super awesome. So yeah, check that stuff out. The Awesome Hardware shirt right here, guys. You can buy it from either of our stores. Kyle and I are splitting the profits from this, so it doesn't matter whose store you buy it from.
Correct.
We will both get money. But there it is. This is by Brian, aka Marixot. I still need to get Maraxit. We need to talk to him about how that is pronounced.
If I remember correctly, I think one time I said it and he was like, "That's exactly right, how Kyle said it." And I was like, I can't believe that was pronounced right.
But anyway, it's on a high quality tri-blend black. So buy those and hopefully
there's two colors, right?
There's two colors, but right now this is the only color that's going right now. There's going to be another color.
What about that one? It's on your site.
Oh, never mind. There's two colors. There's two colors. It's
I read John's emails, Paul.
You're right.
Maybe you should check your emails.
John's emails. It's also available in the indigo blue, right there.
Yeah.
So cool.
Double flavors.
And it has Awesome Hardware on the back too.
I actually kind of really like that tag on the back.
Yeah.
Looks nice.
So there you go. We finally have Awesome Hardware merch. Big thanks to Brian for designing that. He did a great job. Kyle's store is also available, bitwit.tech/store. Also has the Awesome Hardware shirts that we've just discussed.
I have a sale going on the Crystal RGB shirts.
Sale. Get yourself some cheap crystal.
$13.99 for some cheap-ass crystal.
Some cheap crystal. Woo. That's
lower your standards today.
Good stuff right there.
Yep.
Fidget spinners and all that good stuff. And yeah, hopefully you guys buy stuff during the show. If you do, we will shout your name out at the end of the show. And it'll be awesome. And a reminder also that I am giving away a really, really nice computer right now. So that link should be in this video's description.
Can I enter the giveaway, Paul?
You could.
Am I allowed?
That would save on shipping for sure.
You know, I have like 3 YouTube accounts. That would triple my odds of winning.
Enter with all of those. But this is a Main Gear R1 Razer Edition PC. It's like retail cost is like well over $5,000. It's got a Ryzen 1800X processor, 2-way GTX 1080s, an SLI with a full custom water-cooled loop, 960, a Samsung 960 Pro SSD, and MSI, titanium the X370 gaming titanium motherboard. It's a really, really nice system. So
it's pretty.
And it's been sitting in my garage for several months.
That adds to the novelty.
It's like storing wine in special wine containers.
Paul may have even sneezed on it once or twice.
Yeah.
Just to up the value.
It's gradually gotten more and more overclocked on its own just by sitting there. No, that'd be awesome if that could happen.
It just gets quieter and cooler with age.
All right, we're gonna have a relatively quick show today, mainly because I have done very little research on the things I'm going to talk about.
Hey!
I have a new segment though. It's called SSDs Nuts, and I had a really good idea for a lower segment.
I get it.
With SSDs and then nuts. I'll do it in the future. You guys will think it's hilarious. For now, let's do...
Just 2 NAND chips.
Put the rumor mill up there. No, what I thought was rumor mill. Let's not actually face off. Anyway. But all right, so we're talking about SSD stuff. Lead story here. This is from PC Perspective. Story by Alan Malventano. VROC is Intel's version of RAID with NVMe SSDs. And they have been sort of teasing it for their X299 platform, but in various ways that have pissed people off in various ways, because at first it was like, oh, it's going to cost $500 for this add-on little dongle that you have to plug in order to unlock it, and it's only going to work with Intel SSDs, only Intel brand SSDs, none of the other ones. They're like, well, that's stupid too. But then like Threadripper happened, and then VROC never really we just never really heard much more about it. So this is the first kind of furthering of the VROC story that I've seen in quite a while. So I wanted to kind of share it here. But Alan basically took VROC in its current state, very unrefined and untested, and very conflicting information that he was getting as he was going through his testing. When it came to for instance, what ASUS was saying in their documentation for their PCIe riser card versus what Intel was saying as far as what was available. You should be able to do RAID 0, but none of the other RAIDs. But Intel's said the other thing. It's fairly confusing. But the point is, if you have had, say, Z170, Z270, or X99 or X299 up to now, you've had the ability to take several SSDs and NVMe SSDs and plug them in and put them in RAID configuration. But those are all piped through the chipset. And the chipset, whether you're talking X299 or Z170 or Z270, only has a DMI 3.0 link between the chipset and the CPU. That's a 4 PCIe Gen 3 lanes, basically. So it's kind of like acting like a big switch. So if you were to do that, basically you're not going to get the full speed out of all of your SSDs in your RAID configuration because they're going through a bottleneck of the chipset. VROC promises to offer the ability to RAID up your SSDs, direct PCI Express connection to the CPU, and make a bootable array. And we're still not sure, by the way, the article doesn't really have an answer for this, if it's going to cost money and what the actual disposition of that dongle is. All of the testing that Alan did, at least as far as I could tell, he did without the dongle, and he did just with existing hardware and everything and drivers that he was able to download off the internet. But he clarifies some terminology like VROC, which is Virtual RAID on CPU, VMD, which is a volume management device, which is sort of Intel's nomenclature. You can take the processor will group up to 16 lanes of storage, or 4 by 4, into a single PCIe storage domain, and you have 3 VMD controllers per CPU. And then with VROC, you can actually boot off of one of those. But with VROC, you can also take multiple ones of those if you don't need to boot off of them and sort of stitch them together or address them with multiple CPUs. So as far as the ability to set up some pretty cool RAID configurations, whether you're on the high end of the consumer side or whether you're on the sort of entry level or interested in getting cheaper stuff on the enterprise side, seems fairly interesting. So anyway, of course, the article is very much more detailed than all my articles, linked in the video description, so check them out down there. But he had a couple different setups using the ASUS Hyper M.2 by 16 card. A little bit of information here about PCIe bifurcation, which is must be supported by the motherboard. It basically allows you to split PCIe lane subgroups without the need for a PLX chip. and that's what is required for the full amount of bandwidth going to this card. Anyway, though, he goes through the entire story here, and I wish I had more detailed notes on this so I could rattle it off for you very quickly, but I don't.
So are all the PCIe lanes that VROC uses straight from the CPU?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I'd heard other random stuff in the past, but like you said, there's a lot of misinformation going around. I'd also heard, like, depending on what kind of RAID array you were creating, that would also determine the price point of the controller, or if you needed a controller.
Well, maybe
like RAID 0 didn't require a dongle at all, but if you wanted to do RAID 5 or whatever, RAID 1 and 5,
so
then you'd have to, pay X amount for a dongle, and or I think it was RAID 1 and 10. You had to pay X amount, and then you had to pay Y amount for RAID 5, or something like that. But again, that was all very, very early, right before the...
I'm hunting this down in the story as we speak, which is probably riveting entertainment for the people who are watching.
I'm sure.
Where did it go? It must be on the last page.
I'm enthralled.
Okay. Intel, IOPS, latency. All right, it must be on the first page.
I don't even know what the dongle looks like. Is there a picture of
I've
the
only
dongle?
seen a picture of one.
Oh, yes, that's right. It's got a little ribbon.
Here it is.
Ribbon cable around it.
All right, so here. I found it. Okay, confusion and configuration with the test setup. Because if you look at the Intel VROC FAQ, it says for Intel VROC pass-through, you don't get RAID support. Standalone NVMe-based SSDs can basically connect up to it, no problem. Intel VROC standard, RAID 0, 1, 10 support, and you need a standard hardware key. Intel VROC premium, 0, 1, 5, and 10. And then you need a premium key.
Right.
But then the ASUS says that you don't need the key at all for RAID 0 down here.
Mm-hmm.
And they have some pictures of the key and stuff. But then Alan went and you can also set the RAID configuration up at two different ways. You can do it in the software from the operating system using Intel RSTE, or you can do it from the BIOS or the option ROM as that's loading once you've switched your controller over to RAID mode. Mm-hmm. So he basically when he was trying to do he was trying to set it up as a bootable array in the from the BIOS environment, and it wouldn't let him. Mm-hmm. But then he went into... Intel says no RAID support without a key, but ASUS says RAID 0 is no need. But he's looking at this right here, which is a software setup that basically allows him to select RAID 1, RAID 0, or RAID 5, or RAID 10. And he said he can select any of those, and all of them work.
With no dongle.
He says they all create usable arrays that report as bootable. The interface is reporting that he's in a trial mode, but everything seems to work except for boot support.
Maybe it's a trial mode thingy.
Yeah, so anyway, once VROC is enabled, the BIOS allows you to configure arrays directly. Note the pair of Intel 600p SSDs can be selected, while the pair of Samsung 960 Pros do not. So this goes back to the drive support thing. Intel drives are supposed to be supported, Samsung drives are not. However, when he goes in here, he's actually able to set them up in a RAID configuration. So, yeah, it's very interesting. I read over this article earlier today. I actually did read the article. I didn't put notes on the article, which is why I'm kind of scattered as far as going over it right now, but I found it fascinating. It's linked in the description. You guys should check it out. VROC is a thing, and it is there, and we're not sure what's happening next with it. Alan made some interesting first steps as far as just testing out some various configurations. He was testing 4 Intel Optane drives, 32 gig Intel Optane drives in RAID together, which were actually destroying 4 Samsung 960 NVMe SSDs when it comes to IOPS performance, which is pretty crazy. So like Optane, there's like a lot of really cool stuff behind, and it's like Intel had to come out with Optane memory and be like, look, it's an it's like a hard drive accelerator, and everyone's like, no, we don't want that, and it's stupid. Yeah. But the drives themselves are fairly interesting and exciting, and hopefully we'll see more from them, and hopefully we'll see actual Optane drives that we can just use. Anyway, though, if you don't want to worry about whatever's going on with Intel's NVMe RAID support, why don't you just use Threadripper? Because Threadripper today, AMD launched the Threadripper support for NVMe RAID basically in any configuration you want, as long as you have the ability to connect up the drive to your system.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's been a little bit of early testing on this. You're connecting directly, so no DMI bottlenecking or going through a chipset or anything like that.
Up to 6 drives, it says. Up to 6 drives with RAID 0, 1, or 10.
Okay, up to 6 drives with RAID 0, 1, or 10.
That's pretty good.
That's yeah, it's not bad at all.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I was hoping for 7. I was really hoping, I could get that 7th drive in there, but
Well, I mean,
whatever.
Considering the options for adding drives with the riser cards, and the fact that you got 64 PCIe lanes with Threadripper,
yeah.
I mean, 6 is like 6 times 4, so that's 24.
At that point, the only limitation is your wallet.
Yeah, so you're only using up like
Bottlenecked by my bank account.
you're only using up like a third of your available PCIe lanes with 6 of them.
Right.
So now I'm pissed. And now I'm pissed at AMD. AMD, how dare you give this to people for free after they bought your stuff?
You'll never be good.
You'll
never be great if you don't charge people money.
Yes. So this
Lots
was
of
we
money.
we briefly talked about this on the show, but Der Bauer, who's just becoming more and more legendary with all the different things he's accomplishing, but he posted a video about this like fairly early. Testing 8 NVMe M.2 SSDs in RAID. So this is also why I thought like 6 might be a strange limitation, because he did it with 8 an X99 Threadrippers. So maybe that's why they made him take it back. Because
They made him take it back?
Well, he posted a video about it,
made
and then
him
he had to
retract
take it
his-
down. But he had 8 Samsung 960 Pro SSDs. Or Pro and Evo SSDs. I don't know if it was a combination of both of them or what. He had the Asus Hyper M.2 card, and yeah, he got iometer transfer speeds in excess of 28,375 megabytes per second. So 28 gigs, 28 gigabytes per second.
Hot damn.
Transfer speeds. It's pretty crazy. So yeah. I'm sure
got all
now
that
that this is
bandwidth.
out, there's probably going to be more going on as far as people trying out different RAID configurations, connecting it all up and everything like that. But for now, that's all we have to say about that.
It's pretty epic, though.
Yeah,
I'd like to see how that performs in like a real world scenario, like video editing or something.
Yeah, I mean,
much smoother it
for
would be.
anyone who
28 gigs a
for anyone who
second.
works with like 4K and up video, as far as like really dense video, like this is awesome to have.
Yeah.
Just as far as editing and everything. But yeah,
Them write speeds. Them sequential writes.
so I would like several of these.
How about I'd like to be DeBauer. Let me just wear his skin and see what he sees.
Well, I mean,
He gets all the fun stuff.
a lot of the stuff he gets is pretty awesome, but I mean, like, this isn't too far out of range. You
guess
gotta
not.
hit up Asus maybe to get those Hyper M.2 cards. I don't know if you can just buy those over the counter yet, or if you actually have to get them directly. But
Yeah.
in any case, all right. Now is the middle of the show, and in the middle of the show, we're gonna do a brief double segments. We're gonna start off with mail. I was gonna have the mail lower thirds on here, but the show is chaos today. So where is it? Mail. There it is. All right, mail time.
Mail.
So I'm
time.
gonna open some mail real quick. At the same time, though, Kyle's gonna help me.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
First in
Let's do this at the same time.
what's in package number 1?
I don't know.
It's from.
Who's that from?
Looks like it's from Amazon.
It's a store. Someone ordered something from Amazon and had it sent to me. Meanwhile, this is from Brian.
Is it? Oh.
Is that
I don't think so.
okay? This is from Brian
This is an Amazon order.
from Washington. I don't know if this is the same Brian.
Someone got you balloons.
Oh, really?
Because you have mentioned on stream
A pump?
that you
Is there a pump in there?
have at one point in your life been a balloon animal artist or balloon artist.
Well,
What's the official name for that? Balloonist?
Balloon twister.
Balloon twister?
Balloon it. I don't know.
A balloonist. Let's see. Please make a gift for you. Please make all the balloon things on the next awesome hardware. I'm sure I'm not the only one sending you balloons. LOL. Huge fan. Love watching you and Kyle. Jerry Whalen. Thank you very much, Jerry.
Are these 260s?
I'm excited about this gift the most because I don't have to do anything, but I can reap all the benefits of watching Paul build a PC out of
China.
balloons.
All right. I'll have to check it out next week on my half of the show.
Oh, make 8 different components and
Oh,
then build
there?
a balloon PC.
No, there is a pump. There is a
with all
pump
8
in
of them.
here.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this is from.
Or it's a balloon with a boner. It's a very
This one, Brian?
very solid balloon.
These are shirts and stuff.
Oh, maybe it is. It's
This
got to
is-
be him.
yeah,
Oh, that
Brian-
is him. This is his design. Yes.
Yeah, this is Brian's
Okay,
design.
I didn't
So
know your
Brian-
last name, Brian, but now I
Brian
do.
sent us a set of his shirts.
Cray Cray.
This is like right before we finally came through and started.
American tourist. For the American tourist, I wear this every time I do the vlog in the channel. I actually just did a vlog in this accent, partially.
The whole vlog?
Not the whole vlog, it was just for like 10 seconds, but this is awesome. And then, what else is here? I like the what is this?
Wow,
Oh yeah, the good, better, best,
Good,
Bitwit
better,
approved.
Good, better, Bitwit.
Yeah, Tim application, line method is good, P method is better, and the turd is, of course, my trademark application. I think that was first showcased in Cell's build. The build we did for Cell. The old turd method.
The classic.
These are great. As
All
always,
right.
Brian makes awesome friggin'
This
shirts.
says it's a commercial sample, which makes me think it was probably sent from like some. I don't know.
commercials.
We'll see. There's no real name on it.
Better not be an ad.
Wait, bring the balloons back.
Oh,
Oh, there are more balloons.
from a different person?
I don't know. Maybe yeah. I think they probably ordered them together, but they ship separate.
Ah,
So extra
just extras.
extra balloons.
Never know how many balloons you're gonna need.
Finally, from Kelvin from Wyoming, we have one more
Kelvin Klein.
right here. So Kyle, next time you get the Intel packages,
I got another
got
one
that.
since then,
Okay.
and I saw the little tab.
I got the tab on the
Before I
back
just
there.
ripped it open, and all this fluffs came out. And
Oh,
AM4 upgrade kit for a cryo rig cooler. Is this for your HTPC or something?
AM4 upgrade kit Type C. What? Why would this be sent?
This looks Type C. I think is for like one of the
This
for the
is
low profile
for the
coolers.
C7.
C7, yeah.
But what a weird thing to send me. I don't.
So
think
you don't
this-
have a need for that? There's no inside joke or an inside.
No, I asked
Thing going
CryoRig
here?
CryoRig sent me one of these for Rachel's build,
Uh huh.
and I used it.
Right.
I just don't know why this would show up.
Wait,
to
this
a-
is.
Is he from CryoRig?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well,
I think Kelvin is from Cryo.
but why would? But they know my ad. Why would they send it to my PO box?
I don't know.
I don't. That's strange. All right, thanks CryoRig for the M4 upgrade
I think.
kit.
I'm
That's
pretty sure
fascinating.
his name is Kelvin.
All right, let's move on though
Nice guy.
to the next brief part of this segment, which is our sponsor spot.
Sponsor
right.
spot! Woo!
That's right. It is getting towards the end of the year, which means
Yay! Sponsor spot.
sponsors are willing to sponsor even awesome hardware. So, Deep Cool
Really reached a new
is
low.
our sponsor for today's show.
Woo!
We're gonna celebrate their Deep Cool Captain EX RGB with some balloon animals.
All boxes are hard.
Yeah,
Here,
it's
here we
very
go.
challenging.
Let me push the laptop back
Oh wow, that's a
just a smidge.
that is a.
That is a glorified penis pump.
I'll
I'll
get my actual pump. These are.
I'll get my penis pump right now.
I'm gonna need to go back to the balloon. Actually, the balloon store is near here.
You know of a balloon store
Yeah, it's
in,
like
in
an
this area?
well, it's like an industrial party store where you go. 'Cause they gotta be.
Party
Oh
City.
wow.
Look at that. All right, this is the Captain 240 EX
It's
RGB
gonna be
in
a
white.
challenge, 'cause-
Actually comes in black and white. Ooh, this is kind of nice. It comes with an LED strip.
yeah, it's RGB, Kyle.
No, I know the unit's RGB, but what? you
Yeah,
can
there's
just-
an RGB strip.
There's an RGB strip you
there's
just
an
put
LED
anywhere in
strip.
your case.
Probably.
Well, that's cool.
There's a cable that comes with it.
Ooh.
All right, so there's
Pretty decent paint job on the radiator, and this has some pre-applied tin action right here. One of the most unique water blocks for sure. I like how you're holding a balloon and I'm holding a cooler. Like, let's compare here. Yours definitely looks
air cooled, liquid cooled.
definitely looks a bit easier to get hit in the face with. Pretty solid build quality actually. I like the tubing. It's fairly flexible. Not much kinkage.
Yeah, it's got some nice sleeving there on the tubing, and it's thicker.
Yeah.
Some of the earlier all-in-one units had very thin tubing.
I'm pretty sure
that wasn't as.
I'm pretty sure the center of the water block has RGB LED as well, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it lights up in the middle.
Yeah.
There's a picture. See?
Oh yeah. I always forget to look at the pictures.
Yeah.
Looks pretty cool. Oh, the fans are white too.
Yeah, also white
Like
fans.
actually the frames, not just the blades. Blades are black. And fan frames are actually white. Pretty nice. This is like what I would use for like a white build. Like if I do another white build, I might use one of these. Because it saves you the hassle of having to spray paint all the existing shit white. Radiators and stuff. Some nice looking fans, yo. I like your fans. And the fans are sleeved. The cable on the fan has a really nice black sleeving on it.
It does.
That's pretty cool. Some rubber pads on the corners of the fan.
I made this for you.
What is this? This is a... Whoa! When did that happen?
What?
You did that so fast! I didn't even realize you were doing things.
Just
I would
a
have
second
been
ago.
focusing. I would have been paying
There
attention.
you go.
Oh my god, this is so cool. You seriously... What? What?
These balloons aren't too bad, actually.
This is
Let me.
freaking awesome.
All right, let's see.
I feel like there's a whole side of you, Paul, that I don't even know about.
See if I can remember how to do a person.
This is why I should... Everyone...
Oh no.
I'm inviting you to my next birthday party. Again. Why didn't you do this at my birthday party?
No, cause.
Oh wait. Yeah, why didn't you do this at my birthday? What? You have this ability, and you've not been doing this at my birthday party every year.
Because this is why
What?
it's the type of thing that you don't show people. Like people
No!
aren't supposed to know this about you because then they ask you to do it all the time, and then eventually you're tired of it.
Because
But
it's awesome.
Now it's been a while.
Well,
so-
that's why you charge them and you rake in the big bucks. I mean, there's a price. You gotta value your time, Paul.
There's a certain
Learn to
certain
value
point where you
yourself.
gotta cut things off. All right, hold on.
I like how you can. I've always liked how you can redistribute the air. Like, oh,
Yeah.
his tail's all gone now. But if you just give him a little bit.
Okay.
See, now I'm the opposite of you when it comes to balloon animals. I will pop them just as quickly as you make them.
That's.
How did you even? I can't even get his tail back to normal.
Oh wait, no, I'm totally doing this wrong.
Like,
Totally doing this
I
wrong.
ruined his tail. He's
gotta
just got like
start-
a nasty ass tail.
I start
terrible.
with the legs. I start with the legs. That's what I do. Oh, I
Jesus
fucked
Christ!
it. Damn it.
Oh my God, a snake? You are amazing.
Shut up, Kyle. That's not a snake.
You're so good. Yeah, you did a snake. How did you do that? It's even got like a snake tail. I'm sure there's a snake. There's snakes that have
That was
this.
how off track our sponsor spot is.
Oh yes, sponsor spot.
It's okay. No, I mean I think it's fine. We've.
Yeah, we've done the unboxing.
All right.
Oh yeah, I should have looked at the picture. Clearly RGB in the middle. Very nice. Hiss. Hiss. I should also mention that the Captain 240
Where'd the
EX.
snake go from?
Captain 240 EX also does come in black. We have a black one behind us as well. Apparently, once you go
Unbox the black
black,
one on your half.
we're gonna unbox the black one on my half, so you'll get a look at that too. A bit more standard. I like the white one. I think Salazar used one of these coolers in his white build a while back. It might not have been the Captain 240 EX. It was fairly new, but something similar. And it looks good. Yeah. It looks so good, made me want to do it too. Whoa, dude! Don't pop anything else. You're scaring me. I don't like. You know, there's some people who are deathly afraid of balloons, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Deathly afraid?
Yeah. Like phobia. Like balloon phobia. They don't like it popping or whatever it is. I get it.
Why not? Balloons pop.
The more I think about it, but it's like that. It's like that anticipation, like waiting for it to pop. Like and the squeaking noise. Ah.
And then there's this.
The more I talk about it, the more I
sweet release.
I'm like creating my own balloon phobia right now. No, it's not a sweet release. It's just every time it happens, like, oh god, what the fuck? What was that? We're in Nam again. What is it? Is that a ninja?
Sure. Yeah, it's a ninja.
Is that? No. How did you do
You're
that?
right, Kyle. You gotta sell it to the kids. It's not a person. It's a ninja.
It's a ninja. And the kid'll. I mean, I would believe it.
Right there. Yes. Here, I made you a pink and purple ninja.
Seriously? How did you even know? How do you still remember how to?
That is what I'm surprised at right now.
Yeah.
Honestly.
How do you remember how to make like the dog? I feel like you've done the dog a trillion times. It's something you'll probably never forget. But this is like I've never even seen this. He like literally. There's so many different like limbs. He has 4 limbs and a head and a body. Like
I can make a motorcycle and make him ride it.
What? Whoa. Okay. You gotta save some of this for my half of the show or something.
Maybe on Kyle's half of the show we'll come back.
He's even got little like woohoo. He's like flipping you off, like, hey, screw you guys.
Yeah, that's what these little tendrils are for.
I do what I want.
Yep.
Damn, this is so legit. So is this 1 balloon or 2?
2.
Damn.
Yeah.
Skills, yo.
And I remembered kind of how it went, and then I was like, wait, no, how's it start? You got to start from the bottom. You start making the feet.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Look at that.
all right.
That's right perfectly with my purple themed PC right there, next to the Vega 56 or 64. All right. Well, thank you very much, Deep Cool, for sponsoring this half of Awesome Hardware. We appreciate it. Everyone, go check out their stuff.
Wonderful people.
They make great products.
All right, let's move on to some standard ass tech news.
Standard ass tech. That's a great segment name.
First off, TSMC, the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Corporation, is going to build the world's first 3-nanometer fab in Taiwan. Taiwan has quite a few fabs. They know it's a fabulous place. Taiwan.
Hey.
It's going to be built in the Tainan Science Park.
Tainan.
That's in southern Taiwan. Tainan. So there's like Taipei is like North City. Tainan I think is South City. I forget exactly, but anyway, it's potentially going to be built in the U.S. Due to political reasons, it says. However, they opted to keep their production capabilities clustered in this science park where they can better leverage their assets. Yeah. It's at least part of the manufacturing machines will be provided by ASML, a Netherlands-based company who has recently grown a lot, 25% revenue growth this last year.
Damn,
so yeah, we don't have any timelines for 3-nanometer production. It's probably not going to actually be available in products until about 2022. But it does say, TSMC does say that their 7-nanometer yields are ahead of schedule. So.
Well, that's good.
That's good.
Good news.
Being ahead of schedule. They have announced plans to insert several extreme ultraviolet layers, EUV layers, at 7 nanometers. They also have a 5-nanometer roadmap on track for launch in first quarter of 2019.
Do we have any speculation as to what the 3-nanometer tech will be used for first?
iPhones, probably. No, I mean.
They get all the cool stuff.
It's hard to say, but
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I was just curious.
Processors of some kind. I don't know. There's probably an educated guess to be made there, but
yeah. Well, we can dream.
Not today.
We're still stuck on
today,
that 14
It's a day of scatterbrainedness. Okay, moving on. AMD's RX Vega 64 better than the 1080 Ti.
In one game.
In Forza 7 using DirectX 12. This is Forza 7 DirectX 12.
This is a silly article.
New game, racing game. But, I mean, beating the 1080 Ti by up to 23% in Forza 7.
In one game, though.
Yeah. Well, but, I mean, one game. But, Vega beating 1080 Ti.
In one game. That's why it's an endless cycle.
Especially at 1920 by 1080. Look how much better the Vega 64 is than the 1080 Ti at 1920 by 1080
Well, even RX Vega 56 is better than it.
in one game.
Why didn't they lead with that? That would have been more impressive
You're right.
of a
That's
title.
that's impressive too. Look at that. Look at that frame rate. Look at the 99th percentile frame. Look. It's even behind the Fury X. So
This is getting less and less impressive.
yeah, the gap narrows a little bit at 2560 by 1440.
So was there any speculation as to why this happened? Why do AMD cards
I
perform
can give
better
you
in
a
this
really
game?
vague, like ballpark sort of explanation. It's not very good. 4K though, the 1080 Ti comes roaring back.
Dominating.
Roaring back, although still loses the.
So is it like heavily CPU bound?
99th
The
percentile.
game?
So
Is this game super CPU intensive?
that wouldn't be my expectation. It's so Vega has its proficiencies, and its proficiencies have a lot to do with like memory bandwidth, as well as certain parts of the architecture that I'm not going to attempt to discuss right now. But DirectX 12 is not just. It's not like there's just one thing that DirectX 12 does, and like it's how good the graphics card is at that one DirectX 12 thing. DirectX 12 is a library. There's
Yeah.
lots of different features in DirectX 12 that developers can implement in the games, and some games implement this feature, and some games implement this feature. So what you're seeing here is Forza 7 has implemented a lot of DirectX 12 features that are conducive to good performance with Vega, and the benefits that it gets from, for instance, having an insane amount of bandwidth from HBM2 memory.
So this is a DX12 game.
This is DirectX 12. I mean,
okay.
I'm not positive because I don't know enough about it. If Forza 7 can also be run in DirectX 11, that's a possibility. This might be... it probably can. I mean, if any other game from does DirectX 12 is any indication, usually they can run in either mode. But yeah, this is specifically in DirectX 12.
Cool.
But it is one of those things that goes to show, like, there is, like, when you have a hardware design that's is working closely with the software development, you know, you can get a lot more performance out of in certain situations. Okay,
Sure.
that's as far as I'm going to go there.
Oh.
All right, next up, GoPro. They're still around. They're still kicking. Still doing stuff.
Yep.
The Hero 6 has been launched today. This was not today. This was actually on Thursday or Friday last week.
For five hundos.
Yep.
5 large.
$500. The Hero 6 Black. There it is.
Does it shoot like what? 8K, 120 FPS now?
No, but it can do 4K at 60 frames per second.
Finally!
4K 60. That's not bad.
First of its kind.
It does 2.7K at 120 frames per second, and can do 240 super slow-mo shots, 240 FPS, 1080p, which is pretty cool. There it is. Got kind of a gray finish on it,
That's
etc.
cool.
That's all I have to say about it. You gonna get one?
Probably not. You know, I've never owned a GoPro.
I have a Hero 4. I got when it was on a big time sale Black Friday last year.
How much have you used it?
I use it for time lapses fairly regularly because, like, doing time lapses with my more expensive cameras, like my mirrorless cameras and stuff like that. You know, it takes a picture every time, so it can wear out the shutter. So
Yeah.
doing those time lapses where it's taking thousands of pictures, I prefer not to do it on that if I can. So
Right.
now that I've figured out how to use the Hero 4 properly with so you can just Wi-Fi to it with the camera or with your phone, and you know, set up the frame and everything like that. It's nice to be able to have to set up and just do a time lapse. Then of course your editor has to use it and put it in the goddamn video that he edited.
Is
And
this
not
a
just-
sign?
not
Is this a
just
sign?
forget about it.
Is this a low key
No,
blast to your editor?
I'm just kidding. The video turned
That's
out.
why you use
The
it!
video turned out great anyway. It was one of those things where like I went through the whole, like, cause when he edits my videos, I take them and I load them up, and then I might go through and like change some things here and there or whatever. But yeah, I went through the whole thing, and then I was like, wait, I never saw the time lapse. So I was like, oh yeah, I never used it. Like, it worked just fine without it, and then I was like, man, I set that up.
Yeah, right.
Rendered it out. It's like anytime I do that and I import photos and it's like a whole day time lapse, it's like 16,000 photos or whatever.
Jesus.
Anyway, if he's watching this, he probably feels terrible. Joe, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's totally fine.
He was talking mad shit on you before the show, man. It's cool. Yeah, I'm with you on this.
All right. Next up, USB 3.2.
Boof.
Man, I was just getting used to 3.1 Gen 2.
Yeah, it just barely started to come into its own.
And now we've got 3.2.
Overshadowed by a higher number. A higher, sexier number.
So it's been in development and discussed some of the details as far as the expected speeds and whatnot. This is the actual official announcement by the USC, the group of huddled, cloaked figures, we presume, who resides over the...
That's their secret chant.
like Native American?
Hey, that's...
The Native American group that presides over the USB 3.
Why
USB
can't they be
console.
Native American, Paul?
They totally
What's the
might
problem
be.
with... Why
There's
do you
no
hate
reason
Native
why
Americans?
they wouldn't be. I wasn't...
Why do you want to kill all the Native Americans, Paul?
I was picturing more like a high council in space somewhere or something like that.
Space.
Like the Emperor, like a bunch of dudes who look like the Emperor, like around and they're like, "Here's the USB." should be." Right? That's what I had in mind. And then you gave me the Indian chanting, and I was kind of. It's like, wow, that really throws
off my
Suddenly they have
my imagination.
Yeah, suddenly they have feathers and.
Maybe they are in space floating on a satellite that's connected to Earth by only a USB 4.0 cable.
Well, that would be a good way to do it because no one has that technology yet, so no one would be able to even know what a USB 4.0 cable looks like.
That's true.
It probably looks...
It's invisible. The USB 4.0 cable is invisible.
It's invisible?
It's fully invisible.
It's wireless.
It's
The
it's a wireless cable.
USB 4.0 cables are wireless.
Cable.
That's why you can't see them.
Yep. Imagine the transfer rates.
That's amazing.
God. I gotta get on
the
this
future, man.
This board of Native
The
Americans.
future is exciting. I am looking forward to it. All right, but now we have to settle for shitty USB 3.2.
Damn it! Shouldn't have talked up 4.0 so much.
It's boosting up transfer speeds though to 2 gigabytes per second. So it actually doubles the bandwidth. You're going from 5 gigabits to 10 gigabits per second. They're showing actual throughput versus whatever. I don't care. The article can be confused. This is Tom's Hardware.
Damn it, Tom.
I feel like theoretical throughput is usually listed in bits and bit rate. But anyway, whatever.
Oh, because it's 2 gigabytes. It looks like it's 2 gigabits, right?
Yeah. So Gen 1. So just to give you a brief history here of the USB 3.0, because USB 3.0 came out. It's pretty cool and everything. It took like a year and a half to get motherboard headers for it, and then finally they did, and we're like, that was a long wait for the crappiest header on the motherboard.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever, it works. Gives you 5 gigabits per second. That's your bandwidth available. Then they were like, we have USB 3.1 now, and everyone was 3.1. That was actually a standards update, so there was like compatibility stuff like that came along with USB 3.1. So that's USB 3.1 Gen 1. Didn't actually increase the bandwidth, still 5 gigabits. USB 3.1 Gen 2 is what actually doubles the bandwidth.
Mm-hmm.
USB 3.1 Gen 2, there's actually that new header for the motherboard and stuff with, which is pretty cool. 10 gigabits per second there, though. USB 3.2 is what this is, and that's doubling from 10 to 20.
Okay.
So there you go.
I was confused because it says 2 gigabits per second in the notes.
That's gigabytes per second.
Oh. Okay.
Big B.
Yes.
Yeah. So they're dividing, but they're dividing by 8 there.
Gotcha.
And they're also probably showing actual throughput rates rather than theoretical, just dividing the. Anyway.
So, at this rate, we can probably expect 3.1 to make it on the scene in what, like 3 years, based on how slowly 3.1. Yeah. Because I mean, we still don't have I own one USB 3.1 device, maybe 2. I just feel like it's caught on really slow, and so I feel like 3.2 is so far away.
There's more stuff coming out now. So did you see Dimitri's video on Hardware Connects about making your own
the USB flash drive with the
USB drive?
I didn't watch it, but
with little M.2 slots that you just pop in to make a USB drive.
was it a Type-C?
Some of them were.
So, oh, he made multiple.
Yeah, he used a few different devices and compared them and stuff.
Oh.
But yeah, it's possible.
Coming around. It's coming around.
But yeah, it was kind of like, I mean, do you remember when SSDs first came out and you realized like, oh, I can get a SATA USB adapter with an SSD and make a really fast like flash drive.
Right.
And you're like, man, that's a lot. And SSDs were expensive. Like a 32 gig SSD was expensive, so it's like it's a lot to spend on just making an external drive. But then you realize after a while, like, no, it's actually really convenient to have something external that's that fast.
Right.
So anyway. Also, they have to keep up and keep competing with, although they have also crossover with Thunderbolt. So anyway, there you go. Finally, last story for my half of the show before we move on. My show, we're slightly shorter halves this for today, partially because there's a big launch coming up this week and there's a lot of work going on for that. But anyway, one last story here. This is from NCIX. And the NCIX Tech Tips crew has apparently been dwindling. I was not very aware of this, and now, as of today,
they're all gone.
Keys has posted a video, and he's leaving. So, like, there's no one there anymore.
Wait, so who else left before him? Like
Everyone is gone.
everyone, like Julia, Jack.
Yeah, Jack.
The other guy.
So
I
you
forget the other
can
guy's
tell when they left by going and looking at their video
thumbnails,
history.
right?
So like 6 days ago, you go back 1 week. Here's Jack's video.
Wow. So this
And
all
here's-
happened within like a week.
But I think it goes back a little bit further than that, because I mean, like Wheels left a while back. He left like well
yeah.
over a year ago.
He
but
wasn't
I mean,
really on camera much.
He was more behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jack left, and then I guess before that, other people left too. So yeah, it appears that their team has been dwindling and now is like pretty much gone. And it Keys kind of talks about a little bit about what he might be doing in the future, and that he might be doing some videos. They might be posting like 1 video a week now on the channel. But yeah, it sucks for fans of NCIX.
Did
Tech
they
tips,
announce every time somebody new left or somebody else would leave?
I haven't had enough time to go back and do all that research. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember my lack of
Just had
research
to
for this
ask.
half of the show. But I was reading some comments, and it seemed like Julia left a while ago, but I don't think she did a
signing
a
off.
sign off or anything
see.
like that. I'm not really sure, but
Interesting.
yeah, I'm sure there's more details behind that we're not
Jeez.
privy to. But
I wonder who's gonna eventually take hold of this, over 1 million subscriber channel now. That's pretty crazy.
yeah, it's insane that there's over 1 million subscribers there, and that the channel's just going away. But there might be more going on with the company as a whole, as far as the management there and everything. But we don't really know any details, so we're not gonna say too much on that. But
Getting déjà vu.
I always liked Netlinked Daily. It was thought it was punchy, well put together.
Yep.
We never even attempted to compete with it back when we were at Newegg.
Nah, never.
Actually, we did.
We did all the time.
Hated them. But yeah, that's all for my half of the show.
Sweet.
No, not quite. We're almost done with my half of the show. We're gonna really quickly go and see if anyone posted any comments and donation comments. Thanks, double thanks to any of you guys who did donation comments last week. By the way,
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw, but later that evening I did the donation to Puerto Rico. Posted that on Twitter, and ended up ended up being about like 475-ish bucks that was submitted last week in donation comments, and I had promised to match that, so I ended up just rounding it up and doing 1,000.
I think mine was at. What you said yours was 475.
Yeah, I was right.
I was probably around 400, so I think I did 800 total.
Nice.
So definitely some gains for Puerto Rico there.
That helps.
So thank you guys for donating to that.
All
Let's
right.
start with some donations for MB67, $20.
Lenticular.
Here's $20 because
Hey.
Wifey Sauce says that hashtag it's always Kyle's fault. Can't argue with that. I mean, geez, after today's show, After every show, really. God.
Not every show.
$20. $20.
know
Paul
what?
gets at least $20 every episode just to put up with me. Which is the
seems fair.
The least my wife could do.
That seems fair.
Scott Dilbeck,
$6.
$6.66 weekly contribution. How has the friendship between you guys changed since you kissed?
Oh.
Paul, did you call Kyle the next day or make Kyle wait?
I didn't. You can't just call the next day. Seems way too needy. You know, and then just.
I don't think
Yeah,
so. I felt very just kind of hung out to dry. You know, I just kind of sat there waiting for at least a text. At least a text, and it wasn't until like 2 days later when you were like, "Hey, did you run those benchmarks?" Like nothing had happened. Whatever. We're not gonna get on this on stream.
All right. Talk about it. Talk about it after.
We'll talk about it after. Scott, thank you very much. Dwayne Bond, $5. I have an FX 8320, and I'm thinking of making it into a server and getting a Ryzen 1600 for my main computer. What do you guys think? I think that's a fantastic idea. I
Yeah.
think you should do it. You don't need a really fast processor for making a server, and Ryzen 1600 would be a great upgrade for your personal system.
See if you can underclock the 8320, because definitely if you run a lower voltage, if it's a system that's going to be on 24/7, might save yourself a little bit of power. But yeah, good idea.
Dazuri, $20. Hey, it's my birthday, so I'm spreading cheer. Happy birthday!
Happy
Enjoy,
birthday.
guys. Thanks for the laughs and info. Das.
Happy birthday.
Yep. You're old. Haha. Joke's on you. Fred Rant.
Freddy.
$5. Who kisses better, Paul or wifey sauce? LOL. You know, they're both equally bad.
In fact, I should remind people that was for a donation.
If you're just joining us,
for Puerto Rico.
Paul kisses me frequently just because he loves me.
That was for the people.
Yeah, go ahead and watch episode 121. I think that's one.
That's last week.
No, last week was 122.
Yeah.
Oh, it was last week that you did the. Oh yeah, it was last week.
Yeah, this is my house.
It just feels like it was so long ago.
I know.
You're right. It was 122.
Is that good or bad? I don't know.
Just watch the Twitch clip. It'll explain everything.
Yeah.
It actually doesn't. It's just it takes everything out of
Twitch
context.
clip is
It does the
worse.
exact opposite.
Basically, yeah.
Just watch the Twitch clip. GGBs, $10. Got two Asus MG28UQ 4K displays plugged into my EVGA 970, and whichever is in the main always flicks on and off. Tried to swap monitor and cables, DVI, HDMI DisplayPort, but same result for the main display. GTX 970 bottleneck? Perhaps. Doesn't sound like that. No, that's not what a bottleneck would do.
So if you have both and you've switched both to the main, and the flicker follows, so it's definitely not in the
monitor
in the
itself.
monitor. I mean,
the port maybe? No, maybe it's the port. No.
Yeah, I mean you could try switching the outputs that you're using on the card itself.
Yeah. And
but that's still just kind of weird. I mean, if
throw
you're
refresh
talking
rates
about a
on.
flicker that's constant, I hope you're talking about a flicker that's constant, not just. It says it always flicks on and off. So yeah, there we go. I would maybe check your power supplies going to the monitors and to the computers. If you've got like an old power strip you're connected to or something like that. But that is a very strange problem.
I think there's something weird with your graphics card.
Yeah.
If it's happening on both monitors, whichever one's the main, then I think something's wrong with your graphics card, and maybe try using the integrated graphics on your motherboard if you don't have a spare graphics card to troubleshoot with, and see if that fixes anything, and start there. But I really don't know how to help you much further until we have more information. But good luck.
Yeah, it's just a process of elimination as much as you can. Try to isolate one thing and test it in various ways to see if that's what's causing the problem, and then move on.
Yeah. Thanks, Jujubes. El Jefe Reviews,
El Jefe.
$5. Sup, guys? Great progress on Arctic Panther.
Oh, thank you.
Build Paul. Any update on the HTPC? Of course. Also, I just swooped one of those sword fight shirts.
Nice.
Woo! Nice. Good choice. HTPC.
Thank
What's
you.
up?
Thank you. The progress is going well. I actually really want to get back to that, though I've had to detour now to do some benchmarks. Otherwise, HTPC updates, yes, it's still in the works. It's fully functional right now. As soon as Arctic Panther is done, that is my next project to move on to. And I did just get a digifanless Enermax power supply to go in that system, so it's pretty much just good to go. I didn't want to be doing that in parallel with Arctic Panther, and plus things keep launching. And hopefully after this one, we'll have a little bit of time before holidays, which is like in a month.
I know.
Anyway, Omar.
Omar, $5. Hi,
Omar.
Hi back.
Hello.
Fred Rant, $45. What
Thanks,
I
Fred.
owe you? My bank thought someone hacked my account, so I was only able to send you $55, Paul, before that stopped a few weeks ago.
Oh,
You're
I'm sorry, Fred.
a terrible person, Fred.
But thank you for...
This is just the kind of behavior I'd expect from you. I'm disappointed.
I hope you remember what Kyle says on Kyle's half of the show.
No, I love you.
Fred, you're the best.
Mad Sacker, $10. Should you build your own system on the cheap or pay triple with a Puget build? Build your own.
I would usually say build your own. I mean, that's kind of what we advocate here.
But you could pay triple if you value your time more than your money. And
Yeah.
you have enough money to do that.
Yep.
Grim Ripper, 1080, $5. How much does TIM, or thermal interface material, degrade over time? Wondering because my 4790K runs hotter now than it did a year ago with VROC Pro and MX4 thermal paste.
Depends on the quality of the TIM, but for your situation, I wouldn't worry about it for a good three plus years, typically speaking, unless you've done like a lot of crazy thermal cycling, like getting really, really hot and then cooling off. But that would probably degrade your CPU more than it would the TIM.
Yeah. I mean, a
Running
reapplication can't
hotter
hurt.
now than it did a year ago would probably have more to do with dust build up in the case and just
The cooler,
there
maybe?
not being as much. Yeah, it's a VROC Pro, so there might be more stuff in between the fins and stuff on there that's keeping it from
Yeah.
cooling quite as efficiently as it did before.
Give it a good cleaning and reapply the thermal paste and see what happens.
Yep.
I bet that would help a little. Tom's Bremsmith.
Thank you, Tom's.
For the 55.55 Norwegian krona?
Yes, Norwegian Corona.
Norwegian krona. Fuck! Forgot to order some spicy snacks to your P.O. box. Maybe next time.
Next time.
You know what? Just a pro tip. Maybe send us some spicy snacks that we could at least somewhat eat. Because I feel like that would be less of a waste of your awesome gift. And more of a win for our delicate palates.
Did you ever finish off that devil's toe?
No, I let Wifey Sauce try it. She took a lick and was like, "That's hot as fuck."
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I did.
Way too hot. Narcus for the $10.
Narcus.
I work 2 jobs, so not always able to catch the live show. Is there a good $500 3-monitor setup? Keep up the good work, guys. Love the show. A $500, like $500 for 3 monitors? I mean, you're looking at $150 panels then. So 1080p, probably 24-inch on the low end, like maybe 21.3 inch, 21.5 inch. It can be done. Yeah, sure you can do it. If that's your thing, you want smaller monitors, but you want a triple setup for $500.
But honestly,
you can do that,
I'd rather spend $500 on
an
a
ultra-wide.
larger size. I mean, ultra wide if you can get it.
I'm just saying.
I mean, if you're going FreeSync, then maybe. But yeah, I'd rather do like a larger size screen, but still 16:9, but maybe 2440 by 1440 that supports high refresh rate and stuff like that. I think that's a better experience than going triple monitor 1080. Plus, game support for triple monitor isn't always there as well. So something to consider. But
Dell sells a 34-inch curved ultra-wide monitor for $600.
there you go.
$100 out of your price range, maybe, but it's pretty close as long as you're not looking for adaptive refresh rate. Yeah, if you can look for FreeSync, that would be superior. Of course, assuming you have a AMD graphics card.
Scott Dilbeck.
Scott!
$10. I'm a man of my word. I said I would donate if Paul made balloon stuff on Awesome Hardware. By the way, did we get a total on the Puerto Rico donation? Yes, Scott. It ended up being 1,000 for me. Or about 475-ish for what you guys donated. So thank you all for that. And yeah, that was sent over about a week ago.
No, 800-ish for me.
Yep.
That was good. Coda, $5.
Coda.
Thank you very much, Coda, for your weekly contribution.
Thank you, sir.
Very consistent, sir.
Drifter,
$5. Hey, Paul, sent Kyle a $5 a while back. Got to keep it in balance. Cheers.
Balance is the key to everything.
Indeed. Narcus for the $5. I forgot to mention Paul, HTPC. And if you can share with Kyle for I will not be able to on his side of the show. HTPC, he's working on it.
I'm working on it.
or he will work.
No,
on it.
I'll buy Kyle a beer later tonight.
Yes, he will. Kelvin Klein, $10. Oh, Kelvin is the one that.
Oh, Kelvin.
Oh, he does not work at Crowder.
Yeah, he doesn't work at
Okay,
Crowder.
he's the one who sent you the bracket, though. I just got 2 AM4 upgrade kits sent to me. I seen you might need one, so I sent it out, just in case. PS would be cool if you forward it to a fan that needs it.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, all right. Thank you.
Very, very thoughtful.
Thank you, Kelvin. I do have another C7 that's not being used, so now I could potentially use that.
Mount that on some Ryzen shit.
And then, yeah.
Purple Eye.
Or give it to a fan. Anyway.
Purple Eye, $5.
Thanks, Purple
Kyle,
Eye.
what do you think of this?
It's an imager link. You have to
Dare
look at it.
dare I enter it into the URL bar? Didn't work. Oh wait, it's because
imager link.
there's a
Yeah, he had to put a space.
space. Boom.
That's some vaping.
Is
He's some vape.
Is this is
some
me?
O-rings. What?
Is this me? This is me.
It looks like you.
This is me vaping.
What is that?
This is me blowing some O's. Where is this from?
I don't know. Are those like your creepy old videos that I thought those aren't supposed to be accessible?
No, they're not. It's dangerous. How
It
did
is
you
dangerous.
How did you get access to that?
I don't know.
I mean, it's just vaping, so
I like
I don't care.
that though. It's like
That's pretty cool though.
yeah.
You're officially my new creepy stalker, Purple Eye. Congratulations on that.
Thanks, Purple Eye.
But yeah, those are some pretty sick guys.
Narcus, $10. Donation for Cell. Buy that man a beer. We will. Every time we see Cell, we buy him beer. Although we haven't seen him much recently.
Yeah,
Cell,
it's not good. See us. See us more.
Come visit us. Emily.
Emily Rollins.
Emily Rollins,
50 Canadians.
Ooh.
Thanks for helping my build, my beastly machine guys. Couldn't have done it without you.
You are very welcome, Emily. Thank you so much for the donations.
Rollins.
And best. I hope everything is nice and up in there in Canada.
Yeah.
Assuming that's where you're from, since you donated in Canadian dollary dues.
GGBs, once again, $5. Follow up to my question. Power supply AX760 and strip are new. Tried swapping the ports. It turns on and off and getting artifacts. So he's the one that had the monitor
If you're getting
situation, right?
artifacts, if it's happening on either monitor but only one at the same time, then it's your graphics card.
Yes.
That's you can be fairly sure that's the issue.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's all for donations on your half.
All right. Thanks.
So
Thanks for that one,
let's-
GGBs.
Johnson shoutouts really
we
quick.
got some quick Johnsons
Johnson shoutouts.
before we move on to Kyle's half.
I only have 2. I have a couple here. Brandon Lucky. Thank you very much,
goodness.
sir, for picking up a BIOS Flasher shirt.
I have lots.
And we've got one for Daniel Davis. Sorry.
Ooh.
CPU cooler for women and stay positive shirt. Thank you very much, sir.
Excellent.
Fire 'em
All right,
off. Wow, Jesus.
I'm gonna rattle through these quickly.
Good Lord.
All right, thumb screw. Oh, the bottle opener for Scott. Thank you so much, Scott from California. Lisa or Joe, or Lisa and Joe from New York. Got the awesome hardware sword fight shirt. Woo! First order for that one. Thank you, Lisa and Joe. Heath
Ledger.
from Nevada.
alive?
Got the thumb screw beer set. Thank you for that one. Oh yeah, the set, because you can get the bottles and the bottle opener.
That's kind of cool.
brilliant.
Nice.
Jeffrey, aka El Jefe Reviews. Thank you, El Jefe. Got the awesome hardware sword fight shirt.
Nice.
Thank you, El Jefe. Then we got one here from Brandon from Alabama. Got the awesome hardware sword fight shirt. Thank you very
That's a
much.
double Johnson from Brandon.
That's double Johnson for you.
Woo, woo, woo.
Stock is depleted for something. Oren from California. Got the 11-ounce mug. That is on sale.
Nice, Oren.
Going for a bargain. Thanks, Oren. Andrew from Missouri. Got the 11-ounce mug, the 2-mug set. Even a better bargain if you buy 2 of them. And my mugs are running out. We are running out of the 11-ounce mugs, people. Billy from North Carolina got the dark gray thumb screw. Ooh, the baseball hat. Thank you very much for that one, Billy.
Baseball.
I hope you like that. I want to check that one out myself.
Oh my God.
Remote. What did you do?
I killed your dog.
Killed my dog. Ramon from Ontario. All the way up in there in Canada. Got the pullover hooded sweatshirt. Thank you very much, Ramon. Thanks to all you guys who have ordered stuff. Cutting off my half of the show. If you enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up button. We'll be switching over to Kyle's half. Link to that should be in this video's description.
Yeah.
If there's a saintly person out there among you who wants to make timestamps for us, we're always thankful for it, and we'll pin you to the top of the list and everything. So we love people who do that.
I fixed him.
Oh,
No,
good job, Kyle.
I didn't quite fix him.
See, you can do that.
He's still got some
This leg is slowly getting smaller.
slightly, yeah, he's a little crippled. That's okay though.
Okay.
I still love him.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks.